So we were called to Oakland to start a church. And through ups and downs, through failed church plants, through starting a coffee shop and giving that away, to planning a church in COVID, finally taking over a church in Oakland, the movement church that I've been a part of. And so I was there for about 3 years, going through this transition as I took over the lead pastor role. And so 3 years of beauty and joy, and God was saving and bringing people to the church. And yet there was just some things in my leadership and in the way I felt that was lacking. What was so heavy about it as I look back was doing ministry at the pace that I was without the support. I was young in ministry, still am young in ministry, I feel, and so doing that kind of ministry without the wisdom of people who've gone before me, without the resources of people around me, made the weight extra heavy because I felt like I was kind of running alone from that season. So when I got the call to consider the option of joining forces and becoming a resident at campus, there was a lot of emotions going on within me. So much excitement, so much trepidation on what does this look like for me to have to, in a real way, an honest way, surrender the control of leading something, giving that up. But through that call of surrender, I also felt and am still feeling the surrounding of partnership and community and blowing wind just personally into my soul as a leader, to our family soul as a couple that loved Oakland, that was doing ministry here for so many years. And then for our churches to say, we're not done with you. Like, God's not done with you, this city, this school, the street, the people here. And so I'm still seeing so much fruit because of those yeses, because God is actually wrapping us around with a greater church family to be able to do mission in a more successful way, to see fruit in Oakland where we're not exhausted, we're not tired. I feel like my burden is lighter. At the same time, I feel like I have greater vision for the city than ever before. Yeah, so we started the transition back in January of 2024. We're still meeting at Elmhurst on 98th Avenue in East Oakland. We are seeing people come alive and be awakened from sleeping to awake because they're getting on the field doing ministry, and God's just doing something in their hearts. When it comes in terms of seek first and the vision that's put before us, my God-sized prayer is that the Bay Area will be known for a place of revival that people did never assume it would happen in this space. We think about other places for revival, but my prayer, my hope is that when people look at the Bay Area, they don't scoff and think it's the most post-Christian place. They don't scoff and think no one's going there or coming out of there, the churches are weak, but they would look back in 10, 15, 20 years and say, God did something, and we're seeing a wave of fruit because of what happened in Oakland, in Alameda, and in Fremont, and Hayward, and Vallejo. And I really believe and we're gonna see a wave of things come in the next season because God moving so faithfully. When I think about seek first, I guess another way to think about it is, what are you gonna lay down in order to seek Christ and his kingdom first? Because there's no competition. You can't have rivals to Jesus. It's seek first him and his kingdom. And so for me, in order to seek Christ and his kingdom first, I've had to lay down my preferences. I've had to lay down my comforts. I had to lay down money and time. But what I've seen is that when you lay down things for the kingdom, that is the only true path to see life and resurrection. So I just want to encourage you, as you think about seeking first the kingdom, think about what you can lay down for the sake of Christ so that he can resurrect in a beautiful and better way in this season. Surrendering now means that you will see a harvest of fruit in the next season.